Today we're going to try El Monterey's steak enchilada meal, or should I say El Monterey's signature steak enchilada meal. El Monterey, well known for making a lot of frozen Mexican food. I have not had this meal before though. Usually I've gotten chicken enchiladas in the past. I didn't know they made steak enchiladas. I found this at Walmart. It was $4.37, so a little on the pricey side. I remember these meals used to be in the $3 something range. I feel like they've recently gone up. I swear they were $4.18 like the other week. But $4.37, I went to go pick this up just because it looked interesting, and I did like their chicken enchilada meal, so I'm hoping that the steak enchilada meal is just as good. So yeah, anywhere you want to look, Walmart, whatever, grocery store. We got microwave instructions right here. 4 minutes frozen, vent film in corner on the right side of tray before cooking. Cook on high for 2 minutes. Remove tray, pull back film, stir, recover, cook on high another 2 minutes, and then let sit. And I was hoping for oven instructions, but I'm not seeing any. I kind of wanted to put these in the oven, and I know I've done oven on their meals before, but I feel like this new style, like when they did the redesign, they don't have oven instructions anymore. There are no oven instructions for this, so let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. There's it's a little small. I'd say the side of rice is potentially not a lot of rice. I feel like you could give me more rice for a frozen meal for the cheapest thing on earth, rice. But doesn't look too terrible, and there is cheese on it, so you know, I guess I'll pop it in the microwave. I was really wanting to put it in the oven to, you know, give it a better chance, but we'll go in the microwave and see how this turns out. All right, here's our steak enchilada meal, fresh out of the microwave, sliding around in its little puddle of grease, which is always good. But, you know, it smells really good. It looks all right. It does look a little bit greasy. I'm not sure if that's grease or enchilada sauce. I think it's grease. And that's a little disconcerting, but let me go ahead and cut a piece and actually try it. And let me try and show you what the middle looks like, because that's probably important and a little hard to do. All right. There's where I cut it. I'm not seeing a single bit of steak in there. Let's open it up. Let's see how much meat we're actually going to get in this. That bite I just got, 0 steak, 0 meat in it at all. It's just cheese. So let's go for another one. That's a little disconcerting, I'll say. I'm getting a lot of cheese and not very much meat at all. It's a little confusing to be called steak enchiladas. I'm kind of getting a little annoyed at the lack of steak here. Look at this. This is steak to them. It's like a little shred of steak. And that's basically like the whole enchilada. That's like all that was in that entire left side enchilada. There's like no steak in here at all. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to take points off for that, obviously. But I guess I'll give it a taste of tortilla and sauce and rice. All right, I was coming into this expecting this to be a quick review, which I'm gonna try to keep it that way. But really, this is more of a scam, you know, because there's like literally no steak in here. There's maybe 2 shreds of steak. I mean that literally. This is the second one. I opened it up. I'll hold it up for you. That's literally what is inside there. You see these, there's a couple tiny little shreds of steak, but it's basically just sauce. And there's the one piece of steak. And yeah, it's just a tortilla with some sauce and cheese and like one tiny little bite of steak. So yeah, this might be honestly the worst box to meal I've ever seen. And you know, I'm not stupid. I'm, you know, well, maybe I am, but you know, I know it's not going to look like the box. But this is ridiculous. This is not even close. None of this beef, it doesn't even looks like this. The beef in here is like so thinly shredded, you would call it strands. It's literally strands of beef. This is like, you know, little cubes, little rectangles of beef. No. You're getting like tiny little strands, which don't add up to even like 0.01 ounce of steak, I think. So calling it steak enchiladas should probably be against the law. When steak is quite literally the last thing you're gonna taste. When you go over the ingredients here, which bad sign when it looks like that. When you have that many ingredients, very bad sign, especially on a meal that is a premium. This is not, you know, a $2 banquet meal. This isn't even a Marie Callender's. This is a little bit more than that. And here we have first ingredient, tortilla, which, you know what, accurate, because this is 90% tortilla, which this tortilla has a bunch of bullshit in it. Corn flour treated with hydrated lime, enriched wheat flour, enriched with niacin, reduced iron, thiamine, blah, 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 bunch of crap, bunch of crap, followed by cooked shredded beef steak with broth and salt, which is speaking a lot. Broth could mean a lot of things, and in this case, I guess broth means that there's almost as much broth as there is meat. Like, they're definitely fucking around with that one. To be in here, your cheeses look okay. They don't look like they have too many ingredients. But the most interesting one, I think, to me, is down here. Roasted beef type flavor is an ingredient, which is beef broth, beef fat, flavor, and salt, which is very interesting. They need to add beef flavor because there isn't actually enough beef in here, which it didn't work. It tastes like a fucking tortilla. And then cilantro flavor, which is made up of glycerol tricetate, ethyl alcohol, and natural flavors, which sucks. Ethyl alcohol is not good for your digestion, but, you know, it's probably a little amount, whatever. It's bullshit that it's in this meal that is costing $4.37. That doesn't have any steak in it. If it had steak in it, if it was even half as much steak as is in this picture, this would be a completely different video, and I'd probably be like, hey, blah, 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 it's a 3 out of 5, you know. It's all right, because it tastes okay, it's a little bit spicy, but the problem is it tastes like a tortilla with sauce on it. It doesn't taste of steak literally at all. There's only a tiny shred of cheese in there. Also, I mean, you saw what cheese was on there before I microwaved it, but it's, you know, it's not enough. You get a couple bites of cheese, but for the most part, it is literally tortilla. And I guess the creamy Chipotle sauce is part of it, but it's literally 90% tortilla. And I'm getting angrier as I continue to think about this, spending money on this, and I think I'll complain to our friends at elmonterey.com, because I genuinely am offended by the fact that I spent $4.37 on this trash. So yeah, on the scale of 1 to 5, this El Monterey meal is going to get a 1 out of 5 for being a scam. And with that, I will see you all next time.